All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the American Mates. This week, we're going to be making our current underrated players in the world. So, this is players that are currently playing that we think are underrated. Before we start, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, get us to 100 subscribers on YouTube. And yeah, get it started. I'll go first with my lineup. Goalkeeper. I don't think a lot of people know or have this guy, but it's actually Emil Svilad on Roma.
Let's go, Benfica
He's
legend.
ex-Benfica player. He's really infamous for that terrible game he had against Man United. Like almost 10. It's almost 10 years since that game happened, and since then, he's become one of the best goalies in Serie A. He ranks in the top percentage. For what was it? Sorry, I think it was save percentage. Save percentage. He has the top save percentage in Europe actually this season, or one of it. He's in the top, definitely in the top like three for save percentage this season. Um, Roma have allowed the least amount of goals this season, and yeah, they're doing pretty well in Europe. I think he'll definitely be either he stays at Roma and becomes a Roma legend, or maybe he gets a move to a bigger team. I think he definitely deserves it.
It's a good shout.
Yeah. Moving on, right back. I'm gonna go for an ex-Man United player here. I'm gonna go for Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Dude
Um,
stinks, guy.
I actually
I
almost put him in
think
mine. I almost put
Dude
him in mine.
stinks.
no,
He had
no.
a good game yesterday.
This guy, he at Man United, he was made fun of. He wasn't good with the ball. All he could do was defend. First of all, he's a defender. I hope the first thing he has to do is defend. So he's, he's probably the best 1v1 defender there is in the world. Probably the best slide tackler there is in the world. And his offensive game has been getting better. And, maybe he's not good enough for Man United and, the teams that are better than Man United. But I think he could definitely walk into many Premier League teams. If West Ham go down, I don't think this guy's going to have a problem moving to a bigger Premier League club. And yeah, I think he's underrated.
Would you want him back at Man United?
Maybe. I mean, he could be a good backup still too. Like
Is he
Dalot.
better than Dalot?
I think he's on the same level as Dalot. Dalot
This
hasn't
guy
been.
belongs in the championship. This is where
No,
that
he
guy belongs. He
No.
belongs in the championship. This guy
This guy
stinks.
shut down
Guy.
Mbappe, guy. This guy shut down Mbappe.
So did
How many
Tuanzebe.
Yeah, Tuanzebe did too, and he plays for Burnley. But no, I think this guy is just as good as Dalot. I think if we had Mazraoui starting and we needed to give him a break, we put in Wan-Bissaka. It's nothing. Or even better, if we're winning 1-0 against Man City or Arsenal and we need to hold on to a lead, put in Wan-Bissaka. Nobody's getting by that guy. Yeah,
Fair.
I have Aaron Wan-Bissaka. My next center back is a player that Ethan does not like. It's Alessandro Bastoni.
Guy.
Underrated,
Underrated,
huh?
dude. Excuse
I think he's
me.
underrated. I think this guy is one of the best center backs in the world. I think this guy could walk into probably any team in Europe besides Arsenal.
Fair.
Like Gabriel, Saliba are better than him, but besides that, I don't think many center backs are better than this guy. He's fast, he's strong, he's great on the ball, he's good carrying the ball forward as a center back, which is a desired skill nowadays. I think the rest of his team let him down in that Champions League final. I still think he's a great player. And I think this guy deserves a move to a kind of better club. I mean, obviously Inter are a great club in Italy, but I think this guy could play in the Premier League and deserves to.
Yeah, he could play for Burnley. Get rid of
Guy.
him.
That's
This
crazy.
guy
Would
is
Bas-
terrible. This
Guy,
guy
would
is terrible.
Bastoni would be Chelsea's best center back if he came in.
No, he wouldn't.
Who's better than him at Chelsea?
My left hand guy. Bastoni sucks. Bastoni blows. Bastoni is horrible. Bastoni is horrible.
Ethan hates Italy,
is-
bro. He hates Italy.
Yeah, bro. The
Dude,
Italians are gonna kill you. In the comments.
they want to charge like 95 million for this dude. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna suck because England's too fast. England's way faster than
Yeah, and
Italy.
this guy's
Hey, Calafiori made it. He's done well.
That guy barely plays. Come on,
What do you mean he barely? He's a starter for Arsenal. What is this? He
dude.
barely
He's
played?
not a starter, dude. He's barely played. He's been hurt
Who
the whole
starts left
time.
back? Who's the starting left back for Arsenal?
Hey, it's been Hincapié. I'm telling you, it's been Hincapié.
Recently, yeah.
Recent.
But Calafiori was a starter before he got
Calafiori's
hurt.
been hurt. All right. Anyway, my left back is a current Manchester United player. It's Lisandro Martinez.
Oh, I thought you were gonna put Martin Odegaard back there. I was like, whoa.
That would have been like when Mason put Dean Henderson at the 6.
Dude, that was so
You
funny.
know, even like before the Paul Scholes hate on this guy was already underrated. His passing range is insane. He's one of the best ball playing center backs there is in the world, honestly. I think this guy, again, besides Arsenal, this guy gets into every single team in the world at center back. And
I think he gets into Arsenal's team.
I don't know. I mean,
maybe I left
Felipe-
back.
Felipe and Gabriel are good, but this guy, he gets that classification of the Argentinian, oh, he's a butcher, but this guy has never gotten a red card in his career, unlike Christian Romero, who I think has more red cards but he probably has the same amount of red cards as goals scored. And that guy scores a lot of goals. So,
It's a good
but
shot.
yeah, I think Lisandro Martinez gets hate because he's Argentinian and he tackles hard, but he always wins the ball. He always has passion. And yeah, he's just an overall amazing player, and I think he doesn't get enough
Agree.
love.
He impresses me when I watch United, and he doesn't get much love. I agree.
Dude, he's low key the Holland stopper.
True.
Dude, kind of.
Yeah.
He pockets Holland, guys.
Good pick. I like that one.
Left back, I have another Inter Milan player, Federico Di Marco.
Dude, this guy stinks, guy. Please. These guys, dude. All right, Bastoni, I'll give you a break, but dude, this guy actually is not good at defending. This guy is not good at defending.
I don't care. This guy is a fullback, and he's third for most goals and assists in Serie A. He's top of the assist chart in Serie A. He tops the chances created in Serie A and the expected assists per game in Serie A. This guy is one of the best fullbacks in the world. He's in
Can't
that.
defend though.
I don't care. He's at that
Okay,
level
well,
of.
yeah.
He's in the region of Grimaldo, the playmaking left back. I think Grimaldo is better than this guy, but I do think DiMarco is near his level as a playmaking fullback. I know he kind of plays wing back, but still has to play in that position. But I think a lot of people don't think he's that good. He's a Serie A, whatever, merchant or whatever. But this guy's made it to a Champions League final. I know people like to say, oh, yeah, Inter Milan got thrashed, but they forget that a few years ago, a lot of these players made it to a final against Man City and almost beat Man City. So that's why I've chosen Di Marco as fullback. Moving on to my midfield. It's a little controversial here. Not really, but I'm going with Alexander Pavlovich. This guy has been a mainstay in Bayern's midfield for a couple years now. And yeah, he's just an amazing player. He leads the Bundesliga in pass percentage. Pass accuracy. He has 99 pass accuracy, which is crazy as a center midfielder. And yeah, I mean, he's consistently in the starting lineup, leaving out guys like Goretzka and Konrad Leimer, and even youngster Tom Bischoff. They've been playing him as a fullback now to, get him game time. So I think Alexander Pavlovich is underrated. I think he's one of the best midfielders in Europe, and I just think he doesn't get talked about enough.
That's a fair shot.
That is
Yeah.
fair.
I feel like when people, like obviously people talk about, well, I mean, Vitinha and Pedri are probably the best midfielders. Then obviously you have like Declan Rice and other players. But I feel like guys just don't talk about Pavlovich when probably is. Probably after this season and how dominant Bayern have been and probably how good they'll do in the Champions League, I think he'll probably be a top 10 midfielder, maybe in the world.
Mhm. He starts for England. He starts for Germany too, right?
Yeah, probably. Most likely he's going to start in the World Cup too. My next
Yeah.
player is a little bit controversial, but I've ever since this guy stepped foot on the field, I've liked this guy. I remember his debut. I immediately texted Sam and Mason saying this guy is the next Declan Rice. This guy reminds me of Declan Rice. It is Lewis Miley on Newcastle.
Fair.
His debut season was really good. He got injured last season, was out for most of it. He's come back this season with a vengeance. He's had to play right back, left back, center mid. He's been scoring goals. He's been playing really well. And I think this guy is going to break into Newcastle's starting 11 by the end of the season. He'll be Tonali, Guimaraes, and this guy because Joe Linton, he stinks. He found his level as mid-table Premier League, not Champions League, but Lewis Miley is my underrated center midfielder. And yeah. Next,
Can't argue that one. I agree with you about
Yeah.
Lewis Miley.
He is underrated.
again, this may be, I don't know. Some people may not think he's overrated, but I'm putting Bruno Fernandes also as an underrated midfielder. You know, everyone
Heavily
thinks
agree.
of him as kind of just like Man United's best player. That's basically the title that he gets, which he is. But this guy, if you look at not just his stats, but the way he plays, he's the best player in the Premier League. I mean, there's really nobody better than him in the Premier League. You know, he tops the assists. He's second in most for goals and assists, only behind Haaland with 25. He leads for most chances created per 90, big chances created per 90, XG created per 90. I mean, all the stats, all the chances he creates, it all flows through Bruno. You know, he's never hurt. I hope he doesn't get hurt now that I said that, but he never gets hurt. He plays almost every game. Today, I saw him play against Fulham. It's the 90th minute, and he's still running around like a mad dog, wanting the ball because he just bleeds for Man United. And I think this guy walks into any team in the world and starts. And so that's why I have him as underrated. I think people, if this guy won trophies, he'd be more recognized. But because he plays for Man United and we haven't won anything in a while, people just don't rate him. But I think he'll show it in the World Cup that he's the best player in the world.
Heavily agree. Heavily agree. Did you see
Best player in the world.
Did you see the
I
stat
think he's the best.
that the Premier League posted like yesterday or today about him?
I did.
No, I missed
Yeah,
it.
they posted like a graphic, and it's like in the Premier League, he's like first in like through balls, big chances created, assists from set pieces, chances from open play, bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. Basically, best creator
And
in
if
the
you-
Premier League by like a mile.
And if you look at it from like all the stats, like since Bruno joined the league like 5 years ago, he tops all of those too. So that's why I've included Bruno.
That's valid.
And now moving on to my front three, starting on the left wing, I'm gonna put a player from the outside of the top leagues. Might even be outside the top, definitely outside the top 10 leagues in Europe. But he does play in the Champions League. I'm putting Jens Peter Hauge from Bodo Glimt. And the reason I'm putting that is because this guy, I watched him play against Man City. I've seen him play against other teams as well. And this guy is too good to be playing in the Norwegian league. He belongs in a top 5 league in Europe. He did play for Frankfurt. He played for AC Milan. I don't know what happened, didn't work out. But when I watch this guy in the Champions League, he looks like one of the best wingers in Europe. I don't think he's obviously like top 10 or anything, but I think this guy deserved to be playing in a top 5 league in Europe. And hopefully he's not too old. He's 25, 26. Hopefully he can get them moves soon, but he loves it in the Norwegian league. Let him love it, but I think this guy deserves a move.
He could have a breakout World Cup.
Maybe, yeah. Does he
Could
start
get him a
for
move somewhere.
Does he start for Norway?
I don't think so.
I don't think he
No,
starts.
he might. No, I
but-
think he might. He might.
yeah, I'd
I
have to
don't
look at
know.
that.
Who's even at the front three for Norway? Tolland? That's the only
Oh
player.
no, he doesn't start for them because Antonio Nusa plays off the left.
Oh yeah, you're right. And they have Oscar Bob too.
I almost put Nusa in my underrated XI, but I didn't.
Noose is good.
He is
He's a
good.
player. But yeah, I've included Hauge. I think this guy needs to leave Norway and come back to the top 5 leagues.
Valid.
Come to Benfica.
At
Just
striker,
fuck Benfica. Come to a real club
Like
where the fans beat you if you don't play well.
guys, Sporting fans have passion.
Exactly.
And look what happened. They had the most success they've ever had in my life. After that,
After they beat the players,
that started the transfer. Buzdos getting hit in the head with a pipe started the rebuild.
Only in
All right.
Portugal.
Only kidding. I don't condone violence.
Going at striker, I've gone with an American. He just had his breakout year. He just got his move to the championship. Is he not here? Oh, I spelled his name wrong. It's Patrick Ajimang. If I can find him, there he is. This guy, humble beginnings in Connecticut, Eastern Connecticut Division III men's soccer, went to URI, got drafted, had a breakout MLS campaign, started for the United States in the Gold Cup. They didn't end up winning, but we can blame that on other players. This guy's came to the championship this season. Again, scores almost every game for Derby. Is the reason why Derby might actually push for a promotion playoff this season. He's one of these guys that I just think he rises to the level that he's playing at. So if you put this guy in the Prem, I think he'll rise to that level. Not saying anything like he's the best striker in the world, but again, I think this guy's underrated. I think this guy should be on some lower level Premier League club's radar because if they brought him in, he'd get the goals.
He was linked with Leeds and Palace.
Perfect. Bring this guy to Leeds. He'll have the passion, him and DCL.
That'd be a front.
Or another idea, you could bring this guy to the Bundesliga where he would thrive with his pace and strength.
Based on a true story.
Based on evidence from my Football Manager save, you could bring this guy to a team like Hertha Berlin and he would score 15 goals in the Bundesliga. But again, that's just from my personal experience and what I think this guy's capable of. And to finish off my 11, I have another Man United player. I have Amad Diallo from Manchester United.
Is he underrated?
I think so. I think this guy is definitely better than Bukayo Saka, who just blows. I think the only player I can think that's better than him in the Premier League at right wing is probably Semenyo.
And Estevao.
No, this guy's better than Estevao.
Okay.
He is.
Please.
He is. He's been doing it in the Prem for like 3 seasons now. This is his 3rd season in the Prem. Yeah, the only player I could think is better than him is kind of Semenyo. I would take him over Saka, take him over Estevao, Gittins, Garnacho, any of those guys. Neto. He's better than Salah this season.
Yeah. That's
I
fair.
don't know. But anyway, that's my list. Amad Diallo's underrated. He's going to be soon. He will be recognized as the best right winger in the Prem. Just mark my words. May not be this season. May not even be the next season. But one day he will be recognized as the best right winger in the Premier League.
That's fair. Hey,
Solid.
good XI, man. I like it.
Solid.
All right. Start clearing that out or refresh it, whatever you got to do. I'll go next if nobody minds. I don't mind getting mine out of the way. So that way I can close my journal here because I keep peeking at it for no reason. I did write them down by hand this time around, and I had a lot of honorable mentions that I'm not going to even list. Maybe I'll talk about them as time comes on and I go through where they would have been. But first off, I'm going to start with the goalkeeper. And I am going to go with Florian Wiegele. He is an Austrian goalkeeper. He plays for Pilsen. And yeah, there you go. I was introduced to him when Port played against Pilsen in the Europa League. He is a 6'9", 24-year-old Austrian. Wow. He gets no buzz. And his come up is kind of recent. He actually, I did a little backtracking, a little research on him after the game, and he really did not get regular minutes for them until the end of November. I assume he was just the backup because he was on the bench for most of it, like 1 or 2 games maybe, until like November, like 27th or whatever. But he's allowed 1 goal in 4 Europa League games, and it's not like he's not getting action. He had 7 saves against Port. He had 3 saves against Basel. He had 4 saves against Panathinaikos, 6 saves against Freiburg. And in all those, he only let in the 1 goal against Port, which was a good finish by Dennis Gould. Nothing he could really do. And that 1 goal was also the only goal he's conceded in his last 5 games total, not just Europa League. So he seems to be getting in the mix for Pilsen a little bit. He does have 1 3-0 game against it, but like if you take that blemish off his record, he's let in like 3 goals in like the 8 or 9 games that he's been playing. So I think he's solid. I think there's something to work with there. It's not just the saves either. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and chew everyone's ear off about goalkeeper stats, but he's good enough to the point where he stood out to me when I watched him when Port played them, and he's only 24, so who knows what could become of him. And he's 6'9", which is kind of crazy, but
that is wild.
One to look out for. Keep him in mind for sure.
Is he the DU Costa replacement when you sell?
Dude, the match that made Porto by Florian Wiegele.
Yeah. What about Andorinha, bro?
Dude. I say give this guy a chance, man, if you need a goalie. Left back. I'm going to take this left to right on the back line. I am going to go with Porto Francisco Moura. Spoiler alert, this is the only Porto player I have on here. I think this guy is criminally underrated. I don't think he's like some insane world-breaking player or anything, but in a world where everyone's always talking about how there's a shortage on left backs and such, he provides for us going forward. He's a great defender going back. He had a great season last year. I think he bagged himself like 10 assists, like 4 or 5 goals. He's had some clutch goals for us this year. He hasn't had the same level of output. He has been kind of injured and rotating with his minutes and such, but he provides when needed, and he's a great defender. He's linked with some big teams, which you may not have heard of him, but now you are. He is linked with Newcastle, Roma, and Atletico Madrid as of like a couple weeks ago. So he's hot on the market for a reason. He's only 26, and I just don't think he gets as much love as he should.
I think he could do the job.
Is he due for a Portugal cap?
I mean,
maybe
I definitely won't play him over Nuno Mensch, but
just
to be the backup, I don't think.
Call.
I don't think it's ridiculous. I don't think it
just
is.
Just for vibes, man. Yeah, to carry the speaker, you know.
He's a good player, bro. He's a good player. He's one of those guys. When you watch, it's like he doesn't make a lot of mistakes on the defensive side, and he's decent going forward. So hopefully he makes it to the Seleção one day. Sticking with that theme, I have another Portuguese league player at center back here. It is our rival, as much as I hate to say it. It is Tomás Araujo from Benfica. he's not unheard of. He's not unknown, but he's a young center back, and every time I watch Benfica, I'm actually really impressed with him because I remember going into this season, I kind of didn't know much about him, and I wanted to like pay more attention because especially outside of Portugal and outside of like the sphere of people who like Portuguese soccer, everyone looks at Antonio Silva and they rate him so highly, and I do think he's good, Antonio Silva. I don't know if it's just people see his big frame and they're like enthralled by him, but compared to compared to one another, Tomas Araujo does not get the hype he deserves. I think he's really good on the ball. He can take shots and make chances as well as being a really good defender. And he doesn't make as many mistakes both defensively and offensively as Antonio Silva does, which yeah, just kind of under the radar in the grand scheme of things.
I've always rated him. I thought he was a really good player, honestly. I like him better than Otamendi, that Argentinian.
Guy, stop
Dude,
hating on Otamendi.
Otamendi was flopping around today against Tondela, but
Bro,
that's besides
that-
that's besides the
knows.
point. My next one here, I will say, I cheated a little bit, and it is a little the next two will kind of contradict each other because it's two guys that have switched positions, and on this one I did use his old position. My next center back, I do have Barcelona's own Jules Koundé, who I am aware is now a right back. And I have a couple of guys like Koundé here who are high profile and they play for big clubs, but I still just think he's underrated. He switched to a right back out of necessity for both Barca and France, but center back is his natural position. He actually didn't want to switch at first, but he still plays at an elite level at right back. He's one of the best right backs in the world, and I think if you stuck him back at center back if you needed to, he'd still shut it down. He can hang with the best attackers, and I don't know. It's not that he's unknown or irrelevant. I just don't think he gets the love he deserves sometimes. I think he's a really hot player. You hear a lot about the Barca defense, but he makes a big difference back there, with or without him. It's kind of noticeable. Yeah, I don't have to say too much because the world knows about Jules Koundé. I just think he's underrated. And then right back, similar story. Also a guy who changed positions, but I am using his current position. And again, not an unknown guy, but I think he doesn't get enough love. I have Portugal's own Mateus Nunes because
Yep.
I feel like people are becoming more wise to it now. But genuinely, it's like, myself included, I've not really rated him as highly as I think he deserves in the past. I think he's one of the best right backs in the world. And he is getting that love a little more so now than before, but he still carries that technical ability on the ball that he has from being a center mid. He doesn't have an insane output going forward, but he does make chances and he can dribble, and he's just been a really good defender. He handled the transition well. He made the step up from being at like teams like Wolves to now just fitting right in with Man City's back line. I think he's a very underrated player, very solid right back.
I
He's
agree.
the glue for
He's gotten
City
a
this
lot.
year.
He's gotten like so much
Yeah.
better at fullback.
He has, dude.
He has playing
Sorry.
at this level. He has to go to the World Cup.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
There's a chance he starts.
And a lot of
Yeah.
us,
No,
I think
there's
I was,
no way.
Guy, who's going
There's
to
a
be
chance he
starting over him?
starts.
and
Who's
dude,
going to be starting over him, Ethan?
Guy, I don't know. Cancelo. I don't know.
Cancelo
That
The
is
guy
fair.
probably is going to start.
that's fair.
That is fair. Cancelo could start over him because Cancelo has Saudi League tax where
We literally did a video where we predicted the Portugal starting 11. We all had João Cancelo starting at right back.
yeah, this
Yeah.
was when
No,
Mateus
but
Nunes was
he
playing like
will
he had his
s-
head in his ass.
Yeah.
Well, dude, yeah.
He could. He's gonna go. I think.
Yeah.
He's still gonna
Yeah.
go to the World Cup. He might not start.
I think I had him in my squad and no one else did, and it's not even like I'm right, you guys are wrong. It's like it just shows like he's come a long way and he's kind of underrated. But people are figuring that out,
Yeah.
and they will continue to figure that out as the season goes on. Next up, in the midfield, I have a guy who, again, rivals one of my favorite clubs. And not to sound like a broken record, he's not some unknown player, but I have Valverde from Real Madrid. I don't think he gets his praises sung enough, and as much as it pains me to say it, every time I watch Madrid, I'm like, wow, this guy is one of the best midfielders in the world, but seldom he's in that conversation despite playing for the biggest club in the world. No one, you ask who the best center mid in the world is, not many people say Valverde, but I don't think it would be ridiculous to call him that either. He's just always solid. You kind of just always know what you're going to get. He's great going back. He's great going forward. World-class player who gets rated. I just don't think he gets rated highly enough, and that's why he's in my team.
He's only going to get his flowers when it's his last season, just like Kroos and Modric.
Exactly.
Just like every other
exactly.
Real Madrid legend that just hides in the shadow of the stars.
Precisely.
I feel like a player like Valverde is just like a player of his type is underrated nowadays, where it's like they're at a high level and they're consistent at that high level for years, and then because they're at that consistency, people just like kind of like forget it and they just think it's like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have, if you want to go to the right center mid, Joey, I have somebody very similar to that. What you just said is pretty much a summary. I will say I was this close to putting Hjulmand from Sporting there. So I do want to give a shout out to him because he's very underrated. And I want to make note of that.
Hey, guy. Just because your midfielders blow, don't mean you have to hate on mine, guy.
But next up, I have Frankie de Jong. And I am a Barca fan.
It's a good show.
I watch a lot of
think
games.
He's underrated?
I think he's the unsung hero of that team. He's slowly approaching 300 appearances for Barca, and that's another one that I think people won't give him his flowers till later, because sometimes people talk about him like he sucks, man, and he's like, he really doesn't. He's not sitting out there getting 10 goals, 10 assists, but that's not really his role either. He's like just one of those guys that kind of controls the game. He's very level-headed. He's calm. He plays in the big games and the small games. He's just been very consistent for Barcelona. Like I said, approaching 300 appearances. He's part of that Ajax team that stole our hearts like six or 7 years ago, unironically. Wasn't even trying to say that, but yeah, I just don't think he gets the credit he deserves. Solid player.
I could see that.
He actually had a really nice assist against Elche yesterday. But
they only ever talk about like a Pedri masterclass. They never talk about a De Jong.
Exactly. Or you hear about Ferran Torres or Lamine or so, dude. If Lamine got the assist he got yesterday, it'd be on everything.
It'd be everywhere.
And it's not. So
yeah, I feel like he's a similar player to Rodri, where I don't know. Maybe it's because the Premier League is probably the most watched league or something like that. But I feel like he's a very similar player to Rodri, where he kind of just he wins a lot of balls. He dictates, the tempo, and yeah, people just don't talk about him enough.
Agreed. And then at my 10 here in the middle, I was very close to also putting Bruno. I kind of figured Joey would cover him, but I do have another Portuguese man with the same last name. I have Mateus Fernandes from West Ham. I think if he was on any other team, he'd get a lot more credit. He's honestly one of the, I'm not saying one of like the best, but he's on that upper level of Premier League midfielders, at least Premier League 10s right now. And
I think he'll definitely get his move. I feel like he'll get his move.
If West Ham go down, I think he'll get a move. I think similar to what I said about Mateus Nunes, I think people are becoming wise to how good he is, and he's kind of been. He might be West Ham's best player this year, honestly.
Might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very good, very creative. He's only 21. Got a lot to go. I try to avoid putting like wonder kids or young players on this team, because those I feel like are almost all underrated in a way, because not everyone knows about wonder kids. So I tried to put more established players, but I don't think he gets. If he was English, doing what he does in the Premier League, he'd be talked about like the next Jude Bellingham or something. So I think people will start to give him more credit soon, but underrated player. Let me get to my front three. On the left wing, I have a bit of Portuguese bias here. You're seeing a lot of Portuguese league and Portuguese players, but I know what I know. I have Pedro Neto, and I know he's arguably right wing. He plays both, but I had to make it work for my lineup. This guy gets talked about like he has 2 left feet or something. I don't know where these narratives come from. I'm a Chelsea fan. If you watch the games, Sam says it all the time because I want to give credit because this is kind of Sam's point, but you know what you're going to get from him every week. He's consistent and he works hard every week. And it's so true, bro. He hustles going back, he hustles going forward. And I don't love to always pull up stats when talking about soccer because it's not really a stat sport always, but when you compare him and Saka's stats in the league, same amount of assists and one more goal in only 3 more games. So, and yet Saka's
on penalties.
Yeah, Saka's on penalties, and he's the next coming of the savior if you talk to any English person. But Pedro Neto's a guy with 2 left feet for some reason. But I don't know where that narrative comes from. I totally dispel and disagree with that. I think Pedro Neto is probably the most underrated winger in the entire world. He's a workhorse, and he provides output when needed.
I agree. I think him being able to play on both sides, he's rapid. I feel like he just creates more than like the other Chelsea.
He never gets
wingers.
tired.
The other Chelsea wingers are horrendous.
He's very direct, and he's not like a joy to watch, but he's efficient.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's where the hate comes from, is because he's not putting on a Ronaldo Man United highlight tape in the corner, but he does his job, man, and he does it well. Underrated. At my right wing, I'm gonna go with the American Christian Pulisic. He does get a little bit of praise, but we were talking about it a little bit before the show, and he's American, and I feel like I'm not one of those people who cries, "Oh, poor Americans," all the time, because I feel like that narrative is a little overused, but I genuinely think if this guy was European, he would get so much more credit. He does have his injury struggles, but this year with AC Milan, he only has played like 880 minutes in the league, and he has 8 goals and 2 assists. And obviously, the Italian league isn't some like high-scoring league; it's more of a grindy defensive type of league. And he's still getting numbers. He has 2 goals in the cup in 3 games. His output has just been crazy this year, and he's been really, really clutch for AC Milan, and probably the best American player of all time. If like maybe his legacy with the national team isn't that of the Dempseys or the Donovans or whatever, but as a player, I think he's up there as probably the best American player ever, just on pure ability.
Also,
it'll be undisputed after the summer.
Yeah.
Put some respect
I like that.
on Dempsey's name.
I got respect for Dempsey. I got respect for Dempsey. But
Revolution legend right there.
Pulisic
for me,
gets too
Dempsey is the
disrespected.
greatest. I believe. Oh yeah. Also, Pulisic has had to. They've changed formation this season to a 3-5-2, where Pulisic is being asked to play as a striker. Not saying, that makes it harder, but he does have to change position and play in a different way.
Yeah, that's
he still scores goals.
He can kind of play anywhere in like a front 4. He can play 10, wing, striker a little bit.
Yeah.
Just underrated talent,
Does he deserve a chance? Does he deserve a chance to back in the Prem?
Dude,
no.
He was good for Chelsea. He was good.
I feel like he was good.
He was decent.
But it's
I just don't know where he would go.
Yeah, it's one of those things at this point, where would he go? I don't know.
Get rid of the dead weight. Get rid of your dead weight front 3 that you sub out every game, and then you magically score with the players off the bench.
I wish we never got rid of him, honestly.
He wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
He wouldn't come back.
I don't think
he probably wouldn't, but he's better than Garnacho.
Yeah, he is. He is better than Garnacho now.
He's better than Martinelli, bro. Change my mind. Stick him on Arsenal.
It's definitely better than Martinelli.
But yeah. And then last but not least, my number 9. Again, he gets rated. I still think he's underrated. Victor Osimhen has strung together a good season this year. I mean, people know he's good. People acknowledge it. I feel like he's one of those people where like a lot of people say he's underrated, so is he actually? But it's like he just doesn't get the credit because he's in Turkey right now, but I think he's going to come back to a top 5 league probably in the not so distant future and remind people of who he is. He's already at 21 goals for club and country this year. He He had like 9 goal contributions in 7 AFCON games. He had a really good AFCON. He's got 6 goals in 6 Champions League games, and like I want to say, I don't know how many he has in. I think 7 in the Turkish league, but he started slow. That's the thing. So it's like his latter half of the league phase has been really good, and he just generates chances like something I've never seen, man. His speed, his size, his strength. I don't think he gets put up highly enough in conversations of like top strikers in the world. Like he's probably at least top 5 in my opinion, but he probably won't get that much credit as long as he stays in Turkey. Hoping he has a good Champions League. I like him as a player, and I think he deserves a little more love. I don't think he's the most underrated, but I think he's underrated for how good he is.
I agree.
It's a good show.
I saw a highlight reel the other day of this guy at Napoli, and I just can't believe he's playing in Turkey. Like, I wish Man
He
United
was
got
really
him.
good.
Obviously, we have
Still is.
Sesko now, but a few summers ago when we were linked with this guy, I wish we got him because, oh, he's so good. He's
He
such
is,
a
man.
lanky bastard.
He is, bro.
I wish Chelsea got him instead of Delap.
I don't think his game.
true.
I don't think his game would translate into the Premier League that well.
You don't think so?
I don't
They
think
said the
so.
same thing about Haaland, and look what happened.
No,
True.
Serie A strikers just don't. They don't make it in England.
But he's not. Is he a Serie A striker? Is he a big, tall Italian that can't run and holds up the ball?
Well, he got his start in Italy, so that makes him a Serie A striker. That's how
First of all,
That's how he got his thing, guy.
He did not get his start in Italy. He was a great striker in France. He won Lille the Serie A title for the first time in like a long time.
Oh, so he started in France and then he moved to Italy. 2 farmers leagues. Thanks.
I think this guy. See, again, the same thing was being said about Haaland. Oh, you know, his gameplay won't translate to the Prem. This guy's exactly like Haaland. He's strong. He's fast. He can finish. He's the same thing as Haaland.
Yeah. I guess like the only argument is maybe he's not clinical enough for the Prem, but
Maybe. Yeah.
that's other than that. Yeah, I see the comparison. And I do want to say one more thing before we move on, because earlier in the season on some other videos, because this was one of the I have a whole page of honorable mentions. I'm gonna mention one. Is that I said earlier that Enzo Fernandez is overrated, and I've totally changed to where now I think he's underrated. I just want to clear the air on that. I apologize, Enzo.
Next. He's better than
He's
Bruno,
nasty.
hands
He,
down.
he had a rough
Oh,
couple.
okay.
He had a rough couple games when I
Better
said
than
that.
Bruno. He's better than Declan Rice. He's the best midfielder in the world.
I had an overreaction early in the season, but Enzo, you're nasty, man.
I like it, Mason.
Thank you.
I'll go third here.
Let's
I'll
go.
go next. I not really too much. Like you kind of were spot on with this.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Not too many controversial takes.
Yeah. I had some big names, but like big names that don't get credit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, everyone. Well, starting off, we'll go with the goalie here. Gonna go with someone from the Portuguese league that I just don't think gets enough credit. He does not play for the big 3. He is the next Petr Cech. I'm gonna go with Lucas Hornacek.
Yes.
I think this guy is an absolute stud. 6'6", 7 clean sheets in 19 matches, 3 penalties. He saved 2 of them. I think this guy will actually be really good, and I watch my fair share of Braga games, and this guy does save them quite a few times. Braga's had a good start in Europa League, and I think that if they get a matchup against a pretty big club that a lot of eyes are going to be on him, I think there's a solid chance that people will start to realize who this is.
Phenomenal take.
Moving on, I'll go to my defense here at left back. Joey mentioned him earlier as he was describing players, but I am going to go with Alejandro Grimaldo here. I think if Núñez didn't exist, I would say this guy's the best left back in the world. I think he is so important for that Leverkusen team. And yes, he has taken on a different role this year where he's almost playing more like a central midfielder. But defensively, he is still a left back. In the Bundesliga this year, 5 goals, 5 assists. Chances created, he's in the 98. He creates 98% more chances than other players in his position. He scores 99% more goals than players in his position. This is on a per 90 basis, but I think he's an absolute stud. He was amazing at Benfica. I miss him all the time. I was happy for him that unfortunately he only got called up for Spain when he did get a move to Leverkusen and they were flying. But I've always liked this guy, and I think he's super under the radar.
Another
I think
great
his
take.
technique is insane. Not just like
Oh
free
my
kicks, but
gosh.
like crossing, passing, even
Yeah.
shooting.
Like
It's insane.
for a left back too, he's like weirdly like a joy to watch. Like you watch the guy
Yeah.
play, and it's like exciting. But
Yeah. No, he's so good. He's got like, I don't know, he's so technical. His free kicks and just some of the goals I think about that he scored at Benfica. Now I got to watch some Dahl. So
yeah. Hey,
moving on to what were you saying?
he almost bagged one late in the game today, but put it wide. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the story of the season. They almost score, but it goes wide. Anyways, moving on to my left center back here, and I promise not all of my players are going to have a Portuguese connection, but I am going to go with Renato Veiga here at left center back from Villarreal. I
Okay.
think this guy came into a Chelsea team. We signed him from Basel.
I'm sorry.
Joey?
His face on his picture is making me laugh.
We signed this guy from Basel, where Chelsea, arguably one of the biggest clubs in England, you don't expect them to go after a guy that wasn't really getting any media attention. They go get this guy from Basel. He covered for us at center back, at left back. He's big, he's strong. He's left-footed, which is rare, and I value left-footed central defenders. And when Portugal just won the Nations League over the summer against Spain, he came on and he put on a shift. I think he's super underrated. I wish Chelsea didn't get rid of him. And he's currently starting for a Villarreal side who, yes, they were horrible in the Champions League, but they do sit in 4th right now in La Liga. So I think he's super underrated and not enough people talk about him.
Good take.
Moving on to my right center back position. I'm not going to dwell on this because Mason stole all of my thunder, but I am going to go with Tomás Araújo here. I think he's miles clear of Antonio Silva. Antonio Silva just seems to be ahead of him for Portugal, and I think that has to do with Jorge Mendes and that agency fiasco, but I won't go down that route. He has
Tony the Rock guy.
Dude, they're coming after you.
He has overtaken Antonio Silva's spot in our most strong team. Normally, him and Antonio rotate with Otamendi, but in the big games, it is always Araújo, and I think he's absolutely class. He's a ball-playing center back. I love the way he dribbles out of the back. He can also play on the right as a right back, where honestly, I think that kind of has to do with a lot of the underratedness for him. Is that last year he had to fill a void at right back where he wasn't honestly that good at right back. And I think now he's playing at his normal position again, and he's class. Going on to my right back here, the first one that doesn't have any Portuguese connections besides the fact that he was once linked with Benfica. But I am going to go with Dortmund's Julian Ryerson here.
Ooh.
At right back.
Okay.
That's actually a fantastic shout. That's a fantastic shout.
I love watching this guy play anytime I tune into Dortmund. In 18 matches in the Bundesliga this year, he does have 6 assists. Another one, in his position, he creates 98% more chances than other players. Overall, he's 28 years old now, so he is approaching 30, but I just feel like, he doesn't get enough hype as he deserves. I feel like he's a very outstanding right back.
I feel like did this guy because I was always confused why this guy is playing for Dortmund. But I mean, he's staying in a team that's second place in the Bundesliga and is doing good in the Champions League. I mean, must be somewhat good.
Yeah. Moving on to my midfield here. This one, you could put them anywhere. They're all kind of central midfielders. But I'm going to start off here, and I tried to keep it without Wonder Kids, but this was the one I did have to include here. I'm going to go with Breno Bidon from Corinthians. I think a lot of Brazilians, Breno, and then it should pop up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think this guy, we often hear about Brazilian wonder kids, and this is kind of the point I'm making with this underrated. He hasn't made a move to a big club where he's getting a lot of attention and he's playing well. And yeah, he's underrated. He's underrated in my eyes because nobody's talking about him in the Brazilian league and potentially making that move to another league. He plays identical to Pedri, and I think that he is a very good central midfielder. I honestly think he's the left-footed Brazilian Pedri.
Wow.
And it's one of those things, I don't have stats to back it up, but if you just watch this guy play, you will realize that Brazil has a hidden talent. And I think this guy, in a few years, will be starting for Brazil, for the national team.
Wow. I hope.
The Brazilian
Sounds
Pedri.
exciting.
He is very talented, and I tried to not keep Wonder Kids in this, but he was one I had to include because I just don't think he's getting the attention he deserves.
Fair.
Moving on to my next midfielder here. Joey praises his teammate, but I'm going to praise him. I'm going to go with Brentford's own Vitaly Janelt.
Okay.
Excuse me?
I think he is an underrated baller.
Wow.
I agree. I think this guy is. I obviously praise his teammate Matthias Jansen, but this guy is good too. This guy's underrated.
Dude, this guy's been in the Premier League for like 6 years. He's played probably like 10 different positions, guy.
Yeah, that's consistency. Yeah. That's consistency.
In regards to, and this will be the one of two stats I'll throw out here. He does have 4 assists this season for Brentford. And in terms of interceptions per 90, he is third in the Premier League with only Lewis Cook and Moises Caicedo in front of him. He puts in an underrated shift that often gets overshadowed, or I'd say by Igor Thiago or Dango Ouattara or Kevin Schade. But Janelt, as well as Joey's favorite, Jensen, are 2 key pieces to this Brentford success.
You mean the Maradona of Brentford, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's Joey's Maradona of Brentford.
Yeah.
That's the Maradona. This guy is the Rodri of Brentford.
And he didn't really I'm looking now, he didn't really start the first half as a starter, and now he's gotten himself to lock down that 90 per game.
He completely took Jordan Henderson and sat him on the bench.
Wow.
He's still going to the World Cup though. Still that face.
I forgot about that.
Does Janelt get called up for Germany?
No.
He at the way he's playing right now, he deserves a spot on that Germany national team.
But it depends where.
Who's his comp? What are we considering Germany's locks?
Well, we don't know if he's gonna play midfielder. He can play fullback too, so I don't know. But fullback wise, it's Mittelstadt, David Raum.
I don't see him filling in at fullback.
Even Tom Bishop.
I don't think he'll. I don't think he's going to start. I don't think he'll start. No.
Nah, he won't.
He could get a spot on the plane.
He might be the 26th man at the World Cup.
He could, especially considering his versatility.
I feel like Germany's always got some random ass 25th, 26th guy. You look back at some of those World Cup teams and you're like, that guy was on this team. I could see it. I could see it.
Moving on to my last central midfielder spot here. It's funny how Ethan brought this topic up. I'm going to go with my own Tyler Morton on Lyon.
I knew this was a lock for your team. There's 2 people and one else is coming. This one I knew was coming.
I
Yeah.
cannot not
You know what?
include this guy, bro. He does not get the attention he deserves. He should start for England, and I still believe it. He should be on the plane. The way he dictates a game, man, he is talented. And now I keep seeing on my Twitter, and I know I sent it to you guys. Liverpool fans are starting to become pissed that they let this guy go. And I just think he's super underrated, and it's going super under the radar right now as Mason Greenwood has taken all the English League One headlines. But I think Tyler Morton is the next hidden gem here.
Hey, you called him, man.
Does this guy fit into the Liverpool team at any point?
I think
Right now?
he could get it right now.
Right now, does he fit into the
Yeah.
Liverpool midfield?
Yeah,
Where?
he starts next to Gravenberch.
Guy, he's better than McAllister has been awful this season, honestly.
Yes, they sell McAllister and they use the buyback clause to get Morton.
I don't think they're gonna sell I think McAllister's still good. I don't think they're gonna sell McAllister. But
McAllister's getting old, no?
no.
Why not stick
Oh, no, I
Sabozalai there and actually buy a
I
right
think
back?
McAllister's in his prime right now. Like 25, 26.
Is he really?
I thought he was
Why did I think McAllister
pushing
was
30.
like 31?
Yeah, I thought he. Are you sure, Joey?
I mean, he didn't go. I mean, he didn't leave Brighton that long ago. It was like 3 seasons ago that he left
I remember when he was at Brighton and I like found out about him. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
I was
he's
like, there's an
27.
Argentinian guy with the last name McAllister, and he has orange hair.
But yeah, I think Tyler Morton's super underrated. Everybody now, it's Adam Morton, Adam Morton, Adam Morton. I think Tyler Morton is the player. Start this guy at the World Cup, Tuchel. If you're listening to the show, we'll get you on, sponsor us, win the World Cup.
Good shout! It's
Wow.
coming home.
At left wing here, a player I don't think gets the attention he deserves, and I think his ceiling is honestly best left winger on planet Earth.
Wow.
I'm going to go with Bradley Barcola here for PSG.
Yes.
No,
No.
this guy sucks.
Dude,
No.
I swear to
No.
God, I had him
No.
in mind too, and I took him out for Neto.
Barcola is ridiculous. This guy
completely
cannot
agree.
finish. He can't score goals, and he still has 7 goals in 17 games.
He's PSG's top scorer in the league.
He creates so many chances. This guy, his ceiling is best left winger on the planet. He
Cook,
is in a similar
Cook.
boat as Rafael Leao.
Cook. I back it, man. I back it.
I don't know.
All right, moving on here. I don't want to talk too much about Barcola. Moving on, I'm going to go with the right wing here. I'm going to go with a player that has broken his leg, and not a lot of people are talking about him, but he did just make a move. I'm going to go with Oscar Bob.
Ooh, okay.
Think another one.
Okay.
Not necessarily stats backing it at the moment, but I think this is the Ryan Cherky before the Ryan Cherky. The way this guy dribbles through defenses is finally going to be displayed on a regular weekend basis at Fulham. In a couple months, I don't think he'll be underrated. He might be overrated in a couple months, the way the
Really?
Premier League works. But
I think I'm shocked Pep Guardiola is letting this guy go. It felt like he was the next
Yep.
kind of Cole Palmer, the young guy that
Mhm.
came up, going to give his chance, and then all of a sudden this season he just isn't giving him the opportunity at all.
he is such a good dribbler on the ball.
I know.
Like it just, you're right. He literally is a Pep Guardiola player.
I think this will be another Pep Guardiola mistake
I think so
of
too.
his numerous mistakes. I think this is going to be another one.
I think so. Moving on here to my striker. I'm going to get a lot of hate
I
with
know.
this take right here.
Guy.
It is going to be Gonçalo Ramos.
Guy.
Let me just tell you, if this guy makes a move, which he needs to make a move to be playing 90 minutes week in and week out, you'll see how many goals this guy can bag. And one stat I will have for you. On a per 90 basis, Gonçalo Ramos scores 97% more goals than other players in his position.
Yeah, because he doesn't play that much.
Exactly. But when he does, he scores.
I don't know, man. We'll
Can I just pull this stat out? When Dembele was hurt and they needed a striker, they didn't play him at striker. So evidently they don't
That
believe in him.
That's okay. They don't have to. But the thing with soccer is that it's a game of opinions, and he needs to make a move. And once he gets games going, Gonçalo Ramos is going to be bagging week in and week out.
Fair.
And that concludes my my 11.
I like it.
Wow.
You had some some bold ones, but some good ones.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with
I
a lot
agree
of
with the
those.
Tomas Araujo. I think he's really good.
Dude,
Yeah. Super
I
underrated.
remember going into this year, I kind of wasn't too sure on him. I didn't know. I was kind of asking Sam and our friend Cam, how good he is, and then I started paying attention. I'm like, wow. And Antonio Silva's the one that gets the hype. Kind of shocking, but I digress.
Yeah. Time will tell.
Yeah. Last but not least.
All right.
The most
So
controversial of all.
just to not have this the same names going on, I had to switch around a couple people, some of them a couple times, but
It don't matter. You
we finally got it. All right, in goal. This one, it's probably gonna sit with people the wrong way, but I have Robert Sanchez
I knew
in
it.
goal.
I knew he was going to
I
say
knew
that.
it.
I say this to Joey every single week. This guy gets the David De Gea treatment. I just want to pull your attention to the Arsenal game in the cup, where I'm pretty sure it was Marino had a volley inside the box, and this guy made the best save I've ever seen in my entire life.
That was
Again,
pretty unreal.
Again, this goalie, I get it. Yeah, the goal he allowed against West Ham, kind of a stinker. I get it. But again, everyone in the world today loves goalies that can play out of the back. Just because this guy can't play out of the back is why people think he's bad. I think that, again, this guy is third in the Premier League in clean sheets. And they think this guy is the worst goalie to ever touch the planet. So
True. And it's not like
personally,
our
And not to
defense.
discredit Chelsea, but yeah, Mason was
Yeah,
going to say
yeah.
one more.
All Chelsea fans in here are thinking the same thing. Our defense is
Yeah.
not phenomenal. We don't do them a lot of favors. I think, along with the distribution thing, I think it's the mistakes that bring down his reputation a lot. And
that's
he has just a couple bad ones here and there where it's yikes. But I agree, dude. I think he is underrated because people talk about him like he's awful, but he's actually honestly one of the best goalies in the world. Love it or hate it.
Should he start for Spain?
No.
Nah.
Probably not.
Honestly,
but
it was
it's
going to
not
be Raya.
Who though?
Raya.
probably just
Oh,
Raya.
true.
Just Raya.
But doesn't
Raya
Unai Simon
or is it Unai Simon? They love Unai Simon.
Yeah.
Unai Simon's having a horrible season, dude. They're saying that he's one of the worst goalies.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
honestly, low-key, not to kind of go down Spanish World Cup rosters, but low-key, Joan Garcia from Barca could be the starter.
Ooh, that's true. He's having a good
I don't
year.
understand the Spanish. The Spanish league has tax for the national team.
It does. It does.
They'd
And
rather
that's
play.
kind
They'd rather
of my
play.
basis.
They'd rather play La Liga players than better players from other leagues. I don't know.
I know.
That's-
Raya should be the clear starter.
Yeah,
That's where their
Raya,
success was.
I guess.
All right, moving on to my right back. I have Josip Stanisic
Ooh.
from Bayern Munich.
Okay.
The boy they sent out on loan to Bayer Leverkusen the season before and ended their, forget how many years in a row, but ended their title-winning streak. So, Bayern I feel like they've always had kind of a crisis of who to play at right back. They've played Leimer at right back. They've even played Kimmich at right back, but I don't think Kimmich is good enough to play at that right back position because I think they rather keep him in the middle, in the center of midfield. So they brought him in, and I think every time I've seen Bayern Munich, I think he's done well. He's got 2 goals, 2 assists this year. He's not there yet, but I think he'll be. Maybe he is, but I'm confident he'll be. I think he'll be a top 5 right back in the world if he continues on this
Oh, wow.
trajectory.
Wow.
How old is he?
Like
I
25,
believe
26.
he's 25.
Wow.
Hmm. He's Croatian,
And-
right?
Yeah, Croatian. And I don't see Bayern Munich bringing in another fullback to kind of replace him. So
Mhm.
at center back, I think Joey's gonna like this one. I have Harold Maguire.
Hey,
Wow.
it's not a bad shout.
I agree with this one. I agree.
I do
This
too.
guy, again, same thing as Robert Sanchez. I think people make fun of him because he's not a silky player. You look at him, he looks kind of goofy.
Yeah.
And yeah, when he first came to United, he wasn't great. I get it. But now, with the amount of injuries United have at center back and the amount of inexperience they have, this guy I think has been Manchester United's best center back this year, especially along this run when they've put together 3 wins in a row against Manchester City, Arsenal, and Fulham.
Sir.
Yeah, I've been guilty of shitting on this dude, but now I think this guy, he'll definitely be on the plane to England. Maybe a starter, but yeah, I think he's been United's best
definitely
center
a
back
starter.
this year.
I think
He's got to start
definitely-
over Stones.
He should definitely
Yeah,
go.
Stones.
Yeah.
I when we made our England World Cup squads, I had him on the plane for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My other center back, I have another Englishman. The boy from Sunderland, Dan Ballard.
Okay,
This guy's a beast.
I like that
Your
shout.
classic English center back. Put the ball in the box. He's going to get that thing out. Put it in the box. He's going to score a goal. You know, again, another guy. Everyone in this world loves a center back that can play out of the back. Personally, I hate that. I like when center backs get the ball and just smash it forward. I like center backs that hunker down like a Lewis Dunk, James Tarkowski, guys like that. Those guys are real center backs. And Dan Ballard is going to be on the path. He won't be, this great center back that, he won't be a Sergio Ramos. He won't be like those guys, but he's going to be like a Lewis Dunk, a James Tarkowski. You stick him in. He's probably going to be at Sunderland for the rest of his life. And yeah, I think he's underrated just the sole fact that probably not great with his feet. But
It's an underrated archetype, I think.
He has Everton face.
he does have Everton face.
I like the idea of having one center back who can play with his feet and one guy that's just gonna bomb it to the moon every time he
Yeah.
touches it. Underrated
Smash.
archetype.
I take Ballard at Chelsea. Just to
Hey, why
eliminate
not?
that fact.
Why not? Get it out.
So to set the record straight, you would not take Bastoni at Chelsea, but you
Yep.
would take Dan Ballard.
Dan Ballard over Bastoni. Only on this podcast, man.
Hey, Bastoni can't do it on a cold, rainy night at Stadium of Light.
That's true.
All right, at left back, Joey has this thing against Portuguese league players. I don't care. My
Oh my
left
God.
back is Maxi Araujo.
Dude.
This guy's gonna start being I'm gonna start calling this guy overrated.
This
because
guy is not
Yeah, he is
overrated.
overrated.
Nope, he's not overrated. He plays winger and he plays left back. In the big games, he plays left back. When we played Benfica, I know we tied. He was the best player on the pitch, both sides, miles clear of everybody. This guy's a shutdown left back. Against PSG, he shut down their attack.
Not on the right
He
side.
has links with Napoli, I think.
Someday. The fact that we found this guy playing in the Mexican League and he's one of our best players, I think just proves to how good this guy really can be. And yeah,
No.
Maxi Araujo, best left back in Portugal.
Mongish, what
He will
happened,
be the best
bro?
left back in the world.
What's so like if he were to come to the Premier League, what team could he play for?
Man United.
No, this guy's not good enough to play for Man United.
Is he better than Ryan Nuri?
Maybe. I mean, we haven't seen Ryan Nuri play.
I think Ryan Nuri is more like he's like a more, I don't know how to say it, it's like a cleaner player. Maxi Araujo is still like he's South American, so he's very like run. He's pretty raw, but
bring this guy to Atletico.
Yeah, like Atletico Madrid, he'd probably do good at low key Aston Villa. I think he'd be good at Aston Villa.
Wow,
interesting. Him and Wan-Bissaka. All right, no, sorry.
If you guys ever get a chance, watch Maxi Araujo play. I'm telling you.
Don't listen to him. Don't do it.
I've had the dishonor of watching Maxi Araujo play.
Well, hey, I have the pleasure of watching him every single week. Wow. I love watching him play.
Fair.
All right, moving on. I think Sam is going to like this one. I do have a Benfica player in here.
I think I know who this is.
And it is the utility man. The man I always joke about.
Yes.
Frederick Auschners.
I back this one, man. He was nearly in mine. I back this pick. No, I can't share that much for him. He's Benfica.
Wow.
The Norwegian man. As much as I can't stand Benfica, I think this guy has been done dirty criminally because every single manager that comes in plays him at a different position. But at every position he plays, this guy excels from right back to center mid to left wing. This guy could play striker the way it's going for Benfica.
Wow.
He could.
I think this guy, every time he plays, he does a job. Personally, he's better than Rios. I don't know why they spent the money on Rios when they had a better player at home.
Dude.
But
I don't know if I'm crazy.
Could he leave Benfica? He might. Who knows? But
I feel like
Mason had a good shout. Bring him to Brentford.
Bring him to Brentford. Dude, I don't know if I'm like crazy, but genuinely, I think he's one of the best crossers I've ever watched in my life. Like I don't know what it is.
Alexander Auschners, bro.
Dude, when the crosses he puts in are like crazy good. Like they impress me every time I watch.
On the Trubin goal?
That one was nasty.
Looked like David Beckham.
That's just one example. Dude, he put one today on Pavlidis' head right at the end. I mean, tough finish, but he just always has like at least one great cross per game.
I could glaze this guy all day. But one thing I will say, this is the first time in his Benfica career this month since Rios dislocated his shoulder that Auschners has been playing in his original primary position, which is crazy.
That is kind of crazy. Dude, wait. I don't know if it lets you click on their profile on this, Joey. I was going to say, because if you do, it shows that he plays like every position.
No.
It's so funny.
I can't.
Throw him in goalie before he retires.
Why not?
Might as well.
He would. He's one of those guys, man. He would.
I have another Portuguese league midfielder. You guys can be fans of him. You guys don't have to be. I'm the biggest fan of him you'll ever meet. It is Onusu Capital, Morton Hillmans, the best midfielder in Portugal. Sam, you can keep shaking your head. This guy's the best midfielder out of every Big Three team that's ever graced the Portuguese league.
Oh.
In
The
his
best
second
midfielder
year,
ever.
in his second year of coming to Sporting, he was named the captain of the club. This guy leads like he's played at Sporting ever since he was like 5 years old. Yeah, now he's a little unhappy with the club because we're denying him to leave. But this guy is the best midfielder. You know what? He's a top 10 midfielder in the world. He is. I don't care what anyone says. He's a top
Wow.
10 midfielder in the world.
Top
You can
10.
shake your head all you want. This guy is better than your favorite midfielder.
He's not better than my niche though.
You know, every big game that comes, every big team that comes to the Alvalade, they're scared. They circle Hillman on the scouting report because they know they have to get through him, and he shows up
Guy.
every single week.
He's Miguel Veloz from Wish, bro.
Nope.
I agree. I think he's underrated. Like I said, he was almost in
I
mine.
think he's overrated. I think he's overrated. No,
Yep.
100% over.
Yep. Just for
like
that,
100%.
Alshinez is getting off the list.
Guy, he's already blurred. What's going on?
Yeah. Options
All
is
this
gone but
stuff
not
on it.
forgotten.
It's like one of those games you lost a life, guy.
Good. Leave it that way. There's an asterisk next to him now.
My final midfielder. I have from Stuttgart, Bilal El Khanous. On loan from Leicester City. I watched this guy play for Leicester City last year, and I was like, wow, this guy is amazing. He made his move to Stuttgart in the Bundesliga. 6 goals and 4 assists. He's pulling the strings for him with Dennis Undav. After losing Voltmata, I'm not saying this guy is their goal answer, but he's kind of their metronome, makes the team tick, makes them go. And I think this guy can make a move to a bigger club. Joey's gonna have to help me. What club did he play for? Was he from Feyenoord?
Who?
I think Genk.
El
Genk.
Khanous.
He's from
Gank
Gank.
guy. He's a gank product.
No, but
He's a
didn't he play in
Genk
the Dutch
product.
league? I thought he played in the Dutch league.
No,
No? Oh, okay.
Belgian
Sorry,
league.
my fault.
He played for Anderlecht Youth before Gank Youth.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Gank produced every Moroccan Belgian wonder kid pretty much played for Ganks at some point in his life.
Fair. I'm not hip to El Khanous. I gotta look into him more.
Yeah,
This is a baller.
yeah, he's underrated.
I've only heard
I
his
like that
name,
pick.
but I don't really know. I haven't seen him ball much. I gotta deepen.
Dude, I want to go to a Belgian league game, bro.
Dude, let me know. American Mates vlog.
At left wing, I have the Norwegian winger from Leipzig, Antonio Nusa.
Ah.
You know,
Good shout.
last year he was amongst the goals and the assists. This year he's kind of slowing down. But I think I want him to succeed because I feel like Xavi Simons is kind of letting us down because I thought Xavi Simons was going to be something amazing. But that's what happens when you choose Spurs over Chelsea. But Antonio Nusa, I think, is destined for the top. He adds, again, another depth for this Norwegian team that could make some noise at the World Cup. And even in this Leipzig team. But yeah, Antonio Nusa, one for the future, and I think could be amongst the top 10 wingers in the world.
Good shout. I like that.
All right. Right wing might get roasted, might get laughed at. I have another Sporting player, guy that gets no love. It's Geni Katamo.
Ooh.
100%.
that
Genny
is fair.
Maybe the most
Katamo.
underrated in the league. As a Benfica fan.
This
Valid.
guy is the best right winger in the Portuguese league. I'll say it right now. Every big game that comes on, Genny Katamo is there. Shows up every week.
Yeah,
I watch this guy play in the African Cup of Nations. I know it's Mozambique and they stink, but this guy was trying to do everything he could to make his country qualify for the next round. And to see this guy, he started out as a wing back on the Amarim. Now he's playing further forward. Again, I think this guy can make it outside of Portugal. If Amarim was still the coach at United, I think, and Sam will agree with me because his dad said this, Manchester United could use Genny Katamo.
100%.
Wow.
He's
Well, thank God
he's no William Gomes though.
We play way better.
He's no
under
Luca
Michael-
Bacchio.
Has Luca Bacchio even played in a Classico or a Derby?
Dude, did he start over
Yeah, he
Amad
played against,
Diallo?
I think he played at Port.
Played against Port, I remember, because he was nasty.
Yeah.
Would he start over Amad?
No.
Why not? Would he start over Dalot after a period of time? Probably.
Yeah, probably. The low blows. I hate the low, but that's another story.
My final player. I love this guy. I'll probably name my firstborn son after this guy.
I know who it is.
I know who it is.
I did so.
Luis Javier Suarez.
I thought you were gonna say Gyökeres.
I
to be
actually thought you were
honest.
going to say Troy Parrott.
Nope.
I said I know and
Oh,
I didn't
I
know.
know.
I thought about
Spot
Troy
on. I knew
Parrott,
he was
but
going to say this.
this guy had the biggest shoes to fill in all of Europe. They said that we would never be able to replace Gyökeres. And I'll be the first to say it. This guy is better than Victor Gyökeres. I've said it multiple times. When everyone was calling for Victor Gyökeres, I said, this guy's game is not going to translate to the Premier League. And let me tell you, it's not translating. Because in Portugal, this guy was able to just take defenders down, bully them. You can't do that in England. We bring in Luis Suarez from second division Almeria. They laughed at us. They said, oh, they bring in a second division guy. This guy can't do it. First few games, he didn't bag. But then he started going. He got that first penalty. Then he just kept going and going and going. He's good in the link-up play. He's good. You play him in tap-ins, long shots. He can do it all. 24 goals, 5 assists for the Colombian.
Does
That
this
will go
guy's-
down.
Does
Huh?
his play style translate to the Premier League, unlike Gyökeres?
I think his play style could, because he's better in link-up play. He can actually you can actually pass him the ball and you're gonna get it back.
Hmm.
I could see him
Gyökeres,
succeeding in the Prem.
I could see this guy going to Real Madrid and winning a Ballon d'Or. So
All right. We're pushing it now.
He feels
But
his,
Let's
winning-
not forget he flopped at Marseille.
his finishing ability just feels a lot more like technical than Gyökeres too.
it does.
Like he's
It
just got
does.
those nice like curler type of shots, well placed. That
Dude, this is
that little, like, back heel
Darwin
flick he
and
had.
Luis Suarez. Darwin and Luis Suarez, both Almeria second division, make the jump to the Portuguese league.
That's actually
and
so
they
funny.
cook. That's
Yeah.
the secret sauce, bro. We gotta look up who their striker is this season. I like it,
Yeah.
Ethan. Some
I
good
like it.
shouts here.
Good lineup,
Yeah.
Ethan.
All right, everyone. This does conclude another episode here of the American Mates. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, get us to 100. Make sure if we forgot any underrated players to comment those specifically and call us out for our outrageous takes. And we'll see you guys again soon.
Peace.